Matty, back with another Galway team on All-Ireland final day. How are your young charges this morning?
Yeah, they're all in good form. Unfortunately now we'll be starting with Jack Hastings will be coming in instead of Brian Burke, but hopefully Brian will be able to come on at some stage of the game.
How much of a disruption is that to your plans?
Well, it's not a major disruption in that, Jack has been very much part of the setup and has come on and made a big contribution both days, but then so has Brian, and whether or not for injury he would be on the first. He missed 3 or 4 days crucial training, but I mean he's back and raring to go now as well.
With a young team, how much is a day like this? Is it about as much a test of character as it is about the test of their hurling skills?
Yeah, I suppose it just depends on how they handle All-Ireland final day. You turn around and tell them it's just another match, but reality is that All-Ireland final day is not just another day, it's not just another match, and there's huge pressure, hype leading up to it. So you're right, it depends on how they handle that, and the team that handles that best will be victorious.
Well, indeed, we've already spoken about.
Sean, how are your young charges ahead of this huge All-Ireland final for them?
All very excited and looking forward to the occasion, and it's fantastic to be here, and we have a good county behind us in Waterford and great support, so all very excited and, like I said, looking forward to the game.
How difficult has it been to keep the players focused on the match itself and not get caught up in all of the razzmatazz that goes with All-Ireland final day?
Well, there's a lot goes with it. We try to do a bit of work on that during the week and concentrate on the game itself rather than the occasion, so that's what we've planned, and hopefully it goes that way.
I suppose you can never know if you're going to win a game or not, but are you confident your lads will put in a big performance here today?
Yeah, there's a big performance in this. I mean, we've played a good few games this year. We've had some good training sessions and we've practiced well, but this is where you do it, and hopefully we get a good performance out of it. Yeah.
And what kind of challenge finally are you expecting from this Galway side?
Oh, they're a very good hurling team. They've significant strength up the middle, and they're well able to move a ball, and they're well able to score when they get into scoreable positions, but we'll try and counteract that, and when we get our opportunities, we'll try and take them.
Well, let's have a look at the teams for today.
Shane Cooney's experience with St Thomas, he's a very, very good player. Also, I thought in the semi-final particularly, their wing forwards, Conor Whelan, Aidan Morrissey were very good, and I like Brian Malloy at number 13. He's a very good player. I think you'll see here
This is the wing forwards in action.
Yeah, no, that's actually Conor Whelan. He's a very good player, and I believe he's underage again next year. But he was
the Munster final in a replay to Limerick. Who stands out here, Nicky?
Yeah, well, much like Galway, they have an outstanding centre back in Austin Gleeson. He's a really fantastic player, and up front, DJ Foran has been really good. He got an outstanding goal the last day, and Pat Curran has been doing a huge amount of scoring, and Stephen Bennett has been full forward in most of the games. He's named at number 10 today, but he's been their main scorer all through. He scored 9 goals. He's a fantastic player, Stephen Bennett. So they're physically very strong, Waterford, and a number of very outstanding players.
Yes, indeed. I think we're going to see some of Stephen Bennett in action now, because how reliant are Waterford on him, Dahi, for the score?
Agus Sean Linan Choma Peshkala Shil Portlarga Shelev Cosson Lua Hohin DJ Foran Ivra Heindegar Ram Shoot Nosing and I'm Shakanim Rosha Uranta Ernst Gihan Shint Manchester Gags and Head Deshanish Agus Patrick Curran well and Head equivalent and son Nidir Curran Agus O'Donoghue
an láin tá sacha úntaach an sin Stephen Bennett atá anim na him mar ná Patrick Curran yeah.
Agus go dain sin feite go bra slachtfar an son ige Curran agus ólas go maithe cá na cúilí dó dahad na feite ge siúd am líana bra crín an na puck na sira son seas go cuaig go ma leistig dá réimse agus ón immert chomá well has an an taction in son chomá Portlarga a reached a buchin Shelev Ernst Schlitter Mohalar Hort sin is now knows a scarach Caunella Botica foul and son O'Connor Shaughnessy Kudegar Ram Shoot exeg bush at mach Fengort is Deshanish Austin Gleeson is Shaw Mount
well sin tá sach má ag leid na déise an cléad gáin tí agus Patrick Curran take amach an seo go dtí an 16 an 65 an taobh chun an ceann seo thugann so is tócha go bhfuil sé dul gur an chóirín.
Curran Marsha Shaníireacht a hasí crín a bhfuil sí fad atá well tús Dunska os na déisiig Tús mac go gunní cílchuinnig sa bhé le cheannis agus an gchéan inniu. Srís de leidóg ar nós curran. Tá roise sin go mór leis. Gá iirecht, gá scór breá luas a chluthe. Shane Cooney. Sé ram siúd an chaileh agus inis sé sin tomáint isteach. Sé sin is sciúran son. Gavin Powers divided do for Clárge. Agus brú maithe tachtan son ó Conor Whelan na Gailí agus fós an brú son a churachar Kevin Daly. Sin begáinín scuilte áfach agus deis inis a placát an son ar Dara Dolan, captain na Gailí. Ach an son. Begáinín.
Well, dá me fá coachall lads faoi ceathar deaganis nó faoi dóiag bheith fá rá nachar an díróid amach an láran sin mar rinne Kevin Daly just chaise agus ní réach sé an éair chu sin ní róid díreach amach an lár, so ach an puck séir sin séir sin cinnte uaireanta ní an cúlbárdach an na puck an amach a beidir gur tamil fadthaigh le hí uaireanta, so go cinnte gúil sé fethenis.
Stíl Samuel ag Malloy agus é á bhla son nach bra crín nach cuma fin stíl hanú ná an taicsin íana bheith seasta raig go chúil chuinte bra lua agus deis réúnta forist do Malloy le tús a chuir leis an lá. Mach a dro lá a chuirt agus é sin a brise agus Conor Shaughnessy déirgí sin a ráitas dinta go maithaige. Fiall ar siúd is dóin go bheith Mark O'Brien a chur láb ar deireadh, cíimiid son Hastings a dul an áde. Shane Cooney a Hamáin son. Sin é chéad cheann mar se chur ar fóríl ar chlé ó Cooney ó níirecht son. Gavin Power mar se Bán ile an buirte siúd le choláiste dún Gharváin im líana. Agus ní leis chéine bhí sé natas na himráir an sonneomh an chomáil é sin daint séireach ach dinta go das a get Darragh O'Donoghue a brise las máach anna obair ar fad dinta ag na déisiigh agus go dain ag loch takathe na Gailí a blocáil agus anna obair ar deire a chur an brú an son ar Adam Farrell agus é sin ar fóríl.
Rinne coolla na Gailí go maihan sin chun an brú ar an Farrell sin mar bhí sé casan sin gan sort roiach má bheith ar an gúil nar a bhúil sin díróid sin.
Sin a rís tomáint amach a dro lá a chuirt agus buirte ag a tharnaí a casa. Agus a Hamáin son nach níthe sin ní roid is fearrhaigh siúd. Go maithe dus a báirige a bhuachaint. Nis Éana Burke leis an puck sleasa seo. Matty Murphy an son mar a dúras é ar thóir an seachtú créamh ile éireann mar bhainisteoir ar fuair minúir na Gailí. Bhí sé leis an bhain sin seir chum mar fecht tamil. Gan an rá céanna leis leo siúd for Clárge a ríist ar nún sí agus a ríist an líne lánta sách a gimmert ó scór an rasúra agus é sin dinta go díal ar fad agus Stephen Bennett.
Sin an a scór ar fad Stephen Bennett dar nó bhí sort únáran san nó a piúchaigh Stephen Bennett mar san lína leathásaigh a chuníostá sé bocha isteach líomh a cethir déaganéis agus tócha níos gcuiread an cúil iann sé de Stephen Bennett mar an tosaí é.
No Stephen agus a bhthir Shane i gimmert an so chomá. Mac iad siúd le Pat Bennett a dimmer. Benamíanta le Port Clárge agus inis an chaileh ar an nunsaí Seachhuin Whelan a charíist an dá éanad ar dá hebh an gáirt na takathe ha anna brú a churacha ar na tosathe agus é sin feiceú go níos coppla báta.
Ach sin anna fios émart an sin ó Mike O'Conneilla agus Kevin Daly chun an brú chud ar gan é ligante a bhuachaint.
Hóil ar fad a ríist ó Cooney. Agus inis iad a Hamáin son isteach a dro Malloy cansa heige desaige. Din sé iirecht é chur amach. Ach ní rairigh leis ach Seachhuin Dara Dolan roiint spáisige agus dinta go slachtar ag Dara Dolan captain na fórne tríú bliain da siúd ar an banéal.
Cúlín má ó dar a pólin an bhrúí seo ach bhí ó chúla na galí ach ó cúla Portlága ach bhí dar a dólan sé agus chuir sin díreach trasná.
Cooney a ríist a dul an áde. DJ Foran an méocht le siúd agus is Cooney hagan amach a ríistes. Tomáinte fada fear an spás a ó scór an lína lánta Saxon a chuir deire dinta go as aige Kevin Daly. Hagan son te fear agus tóca go tapig ag Aston Gleeson fachach fear sé trí. Bhí sé sin brea crín. Féidir níor idir slach for a ghóin. Michael Connelly. Fear na gweftach amáin son. Agus an na Hurling an son. Fight ag Níall Harney. So sé sínta inis agus nar bhrisin slitter well ní raibh seán chuní gáilt. San Hortag some Richie sé seo dro Conor Shaughnessy. A ríist Malloy, dain séireach spás aige an nuair sa cúnte las maithe I dro Conor Whelan agus Conor Whelan a chuir son Harrison dras nán. A ríist an spás son ó scór an lína lánta sach dain séireach.
Se Malloy an sin Brian Malloy ríist agus é is láthar an pasta de Conor Whelan chun an cholín sin áil. Lads na Galibh bhad níos fear anis Dina bháin gortathe ach ní dóil an ghfuilí sig an réitheoir.
Agus sin na fechantar na Hamilton son thógadar an pucamach bra tapig. Agus Aston Gleeson las go bread an slitter. Agus bhí sé dain séireach ar deire idir Michael Connelly agus Patrick Curran. Connelly go maithan son agus is puc séir a bheith ann na cahal túí á thógannta áláin.
Intinis tá Galibh tríis sort graimáil an cléthe has níidir máil go leor agus bhí Portláige níos fearr san céad cúpla na méad ach le cúig na méad inis is dócha tá Galibh tríis sort graimáil ar eisiar an cléthe agus níos crín leis na pasna.
Cahal túí amáin son fada. Is an siúd. Tá go maithan son ach deire Brishin sé I dro Jack Hastings ibre a fihéir a chrom siúd ach gan dát bhí sé to snú.
A rísin sin Michael Harney bhí an leróige agus sort thug sé pasta agus níor thug sé an pas crín go leor ríis agus fuair Jack Hastings é ach chuir sé mór agus seans éimethe an Galibh mar sin seansí as go leor.
Dain sin an tríú iirecht ar fóríl. The lads are near her. Dinta go as a chin límion son. Agus inis nadidir éine cattá ar siúlan son ní límí ó hásta peisce le. Agus ar deire.
Cinnim ní capta dhéanamh bhí inis ní ródaine amach nar fuair sé capan.
Cíimiid an soth ríiste. Oh, well, actually...
No, cinna ceart bhfuil sé. Cinna ceart fair play den muir taobh lína.
Ní minic a chluistear son peisce le puc sleasa inis do Adrian Morrissey. Trí faointe fuair sé siúd a gine limnach bhí sé thó feicálaach sa chléir son iirecht Wick siúd well péir gur féidir Joe Canning inamh. An leidóg sa Adrian Morrissey dír a chocumasach an an éanamh.
Sin anna héobh líon ar fadú Adrian Morrissey. Anna cosú le Joe Canning ar an lás thar.
Agus inis sin chuig faointe as a chéile inis de fuair na Gailí. Ní an scór feite ag Portláirge le den nómat an os nó mar sin an na húsacha. Ach inis siad lads na Gailí ha go mór in uachtar. Gleeson inis Rhain spáis os a chóir siúd a chuir isteach sa chuine pas das. Ríist isteach sa spás. Agus iirecht an son ar scór. Agus dinta, well, dobar sin spás da hen gedas an son Patrick Curran ach lag iirecht ar deire.
Agus socha bhí sé dul ón chúl nuair a bhúil sé an leróid agus just chuig sé ar clé.
Cíimiid gúil Stephen Bennett lever a dethir rom siúd gúil sé siúd a gimmert. Istig sa lína lánta sachta Portláirge fé mar bhí mar an ceapa. Is go dain gur a thar siúd Shane a gimmert sa lína lechúil So the fechan der sin seo chuin Adrian Morrissey. As well, lágíireacht eile bhuaig siúd, tá sé treis bheith chócrín le tamla nuas.
Yeah, sin lágíireacht ríiseach a rís tá sé feicála go bhfuil na galí ag féchant ag gírig na pasna is fearr a chuir agus níl muintear Portláriga a dhéanamh son.
Gavin Power leis an buc amach agus a rís cúnaí hen an náid. Brisin sé sin a dro Colm Roach. Foul ar siúd a cheapan agus seaga dain. Richard Doyle a tacht Trasner. Came inside Roach agus, well...
Neidir of Moran and sin, is toch a hannig sé Trasner beidir díon galore ach is toch a proxy ar bhíon aráis ag deir an le. Tá scór sé testáil in isio ón Portláriga os minil má aon siad his an himnil be sé có scór rís ach a cinnte cafa rá go bhfuil na galibhíh níos fearr go dtí seo.
Sin fighte. Agus iad inis cho scór. Agus nar muoine into cécho má is a bhí na galibhíh le den ámat nuas nó mar sin. Núntas na núntas go bhfuil siad cho scór. Tú a hamáin son amach a dro lár a chuirt. Agus é sin I brise Dara Dolan a chursan isteach go dain téirech I dro an lína lánta sacha á brise, cá brise sí. Agus deire chearcam brise sé sin agus dinan dro firna déise agus Mícheál Harney an son a piuc amach DJ Forn spás os a chóir siúd Dara Dolan I dírig tachsús leis Nis Hastings I dírig tachsús leis íocht an Sunwig. Agus deire Ian Hastings dóhin an son chun an brú choir.
Yeah, and I'm sure done in is an dáhéamh cúplúir ach tá sé sam bhfuiln sin go bhfuil siad a géirig as den blís na hógan amach as an lár an sin go bhfuil Dara Dolan ar agus na pocan amach tá sé géirig é hógan amach as an lár.
Taobh lína an so. Sin a brise siar a dro Cian Leamy. Agus Leamy a hamáin son. Agus Cooney. Agus Colm Roach anna chuiblint etar a son. Lína dahad slat. Sciil dasan son ó Colm Roach I gháid. Íocht bhuaig siúd. A má I dro an lína seasca cúig. Agus tá sé sin tóiste go glót ar fad ag Roach.
Sin scór an cléthe go dtí seo de taobh mod den ceann taobh lína an sin ag Colm Roach an a scór ar fad an a luas aige chun líród a hógan sús agus an spás héanamh dóhéananig is an scór. So scór an cléthe dom do go dtí seo.
Tui a hamáin son a dro Hastings amach den áde. Díanta go díal ar fad aige Mark O'Brien agus a ríist amach an cín spás os a chóir. A tacht Trasna íireacht an son ó Roach. Scór eile ó Roach.
Yeah, sin an scór rís so nach raibh sa cléthe néach go dtí seo agus gá chuilíonn feitige taobhistí de trucha second agus neidir a réach sé néachach an spruch tá spruch feitige so sin an scór.
Mach a dro lár a chuirt Sean Linan. Ní le Sylvie. Sin tomáinte isteach. Ísel I dro Whelan. Spás aige Whelan. A sé treis bheith crín go dísa. Ach sin fóríl.
Yeah, sin ó méid seach nó méid deag imethe sa cléthanis agus an céad gá nó méid ag an Portláriga an céad dehéile ag an ghailibh ach aníis Portláriga imethe chun tosaigh rís agus san immart agus ar an clár na scór.
Hasláimh dasan san ó Cooney I dro Shaughnessy a chuir Trasna I dro Whelan. Agus é siúla gháil an áde. Well, díanta go dasa chun son Harney ar deire. Tú Cúnmh de William Hassey. So ríist. Cóimir bug dasan son. Gleeson a hamáin son. Íocht mór míteach be sé seo dain séireach I méal a bhaid a com rite sí. Agus tá sé fós an son a méal a bhaid an a bhaid ar fad ó Tui. Bech sé sin déanach a hóin a tacht in a ró, John.
Anna ha bháil, clibar to bhí an líróid titim sias agus bhí sé just sin sábháil má cail túí bhíon lead ar imil na ceanú ag bígan sin ar a bhúil sé so an molle an sinna dul de cail túí.
Go dain ar bhris sin na méil an bháide. Bhí na gcónaí dain séar go réis an éanaid. Ach bhí freigra ag túí ar níireacht son. Agus muid feitheamh ar níireacht sa ha den éig an gortathe I chím cétá ann. Agus go dain sé Darragh Donoghue atá ann agus Vincent Doyle le uimhre 16 ar rang siúd ón Turlach Mór ha take isteach. Sa stoilm gur tú fulla ha gestan sa, so am cinnte go géimiid Darragh Donoghue Harnash. Bhí sé siúd I gimmert, bhíonn sé caite chomá, bhí sé gimmert sa chuoine. Agus inis an iirecht sa ó Patrick Curran. Ha sé chócrín I léon daut an échar fé sin.
Ceire chuirlín inis ó fachan na sé ó Patrick Curran agus sa spáin sé cé chu tácht agus atá Ferma ar na pochan na séire mar chunig mar goharis na sínsir im líana na fórna bhuaig bhí an fear na pochan na séire go agus an fórna chail te an háí raibh.
Go dain sin ceire puinte inis as I chéile the lads na déise agus a bhfuil an cuaigú ceann na cótá. Agus a ríist cían tú san nimmert haid hóláán de bhuinín. Agus Michael Carney an Ursan.
Na chuirlíonn sin Michael Carney, so no 8 aige cearníos agus bheith áráis duine méad go raibh an lábhnótar go mór ag an gaiileh ach an istá siad ceir chuirlíonn chun deirig.
Agus go dain 8 neomat ó fuair gaiileh éon scór an éair. Bhuileann na dul an áideach sinna brise agus chaárágur iirecht eile sin ar fóríl inis. The lads are near her. There's Keemdenson, Muller Twoson, Vincent Doyle, Mehet, Darragh Donoghue Harnash.
Tá sé sa múl fós go bhfuil Darragh Dolan ag gimmert ar bhfuil héndeagan sin ag gimmert ar Aston Gleeson agus é a ggéir chanád ón lár.
Jeff Fornan, it's in the Schnaunu, we could show in his Shaughnessy. Lagirach to shoot Shane Bennett. Does Chef score well, Besha Shin Gareth, Besha then Sherrick. And see the Tarakar Shin, her Derek, and Darragh Donoghue Gama. It's Classic Bjog Dance Stiggenson, Dane Sherrick off. And this there Derek and Irene Noel. Cooney and Isha Tarakar Shin. Patrick Curran. And Shayricht and Schlitter son of Fioka.
Yes, immert anskuilta an árskuilta an fadan sé ó Richard Doyle just díra chuisteach agus Patrick Curran oskuilta sin. Sa stoch a bhaig sé carta buí ach níl carta buí fáitige.
Well, go dain do ganán ar chéan tú Calís mar sin Gwilin ar Colin do ganá chéan tú carta buíach. Ní lein cheann an sog nach cíimiid an son an tionchar ó Patrick Curran. Ceir faointe ó Ceirireacht.
Is imróir anna háachta ar fad é Patrick Curran ó héad na pocan na séireann ach tá sé ar a chasarí so chuil sé áráid. Ach et golóir nach bhór Richard Doyle carta buíonn sin ach 3-3 tá cléim á immert ag an réadthóir Colin McAllister an sin mar níl mid rá faic faoi marcas so is de córéis sin.
Fiúlú gur corcaíocha chomáid an son docha go mefarrá mór an fé. Peisce Patrick Curran mar se. Taobh na lábha clé agus á chomáin son ó Crean. An stróir bit chomáil leis an stíle haige, John.
Mar dúirt mé hanan sin sé antáachta lead maith bheith ar na pocan na séireann go háirithe ar an lás mó sa bhéilere na máíochta go bhfuil lead ábailte sa sin céad fáin géan is ag gegadí seo.
Cíimiid an son bra chorm ó héamh na sellvide ach seachnaí don chaileh bhrisé sin gomada níis O'Mara an chéidir dúine siúd eiste nach mór sa chlé Ronan O'Mara ó Portumna agus scór ag na Gaillimh agus bhí sé sin a testáil.
Bhí sé sin a testáil go cinnte Ronan O'Mara an sin anna fios é mar dá dhéanamh arís ag Patrick Curran agus é a reis an sin leanúnta Patrick Ronan O'Mara ach cinnte bhí an scór sin a testáil ó lads na Gaillimh.
Narta hí ag O'Mara bhí sé ar an bainnéal an nurig chomá agus rí sé sin súntasach nart ladanna ón Gaillimh agus tahí acu ón nurig agus go dain na héirí Brian Malloy agus Dara Dolan bhí an socha bhílas a héineag nar a bhódar cluiche canis na hair na gcuine le clia Colm Roach in is sin nó sin tríú pointe da héin in ní joig ha sé sin gara agus well bra hí a ró an hamáil eile hís chun rá go raibh a bhadró scuilte a ríist bhat nach mór leis gúil an clí a bhí Dar O'Donnell's Michael Conéile agus deire i níocha siad as deis an sa ó Michael Carney well é sin fóríl
Anna hábháil ar fad ó
Róscuilte ar fad John.
Róscuilte ní léon dó fao sin ach an líró a hánig goachchan sin go dtí Adam Farrell bhíon níá leis an sin nar chuir sé isteach líontána mar just tá Paul na cumán na sochach ní bhaíoh sé seans mar sin riamh a ríis.
Nos go néimse me gá féil ar féin deis son Dara Dolan inis. Iirecht eile uig siúd, iirecht eile chur ar fóríl. Agus an slú inis I méadú an socha bort go chrócaig. Matty Murphy bainisteoir na Gaillimh mu de dreidir midró le hama chuig neoma tú mar sin fáca. How lofa gwyl gachéan rydych chlehe feci gesiwd. A se treis fe leo chofada. Deshinish o Kern. Agus score ele. Fight e Kern. Cahishi de siwd I count John.
Sin score un to fad. Sin score un to Patrick Curran. To Spanish cake what talked of the Tasha. Liwanos na pokna sera ach an score sin o Lorna Park on a score fad.
Agus Gadain. Vincent Doyle ever a seachtegar rom siúd. Chasút an scéal go méidir go meise tachtasteach. Méidir go digan Matty Murphy go gáda ashrú éigen I dhéanamh. Sin tomáinte go láidir ag Michael Carney a ríist an dain séir istigh an son. Ach dianta go deas an nuair son ag Dar O'Donoghue. Inis Ryan Spáis an sa ag a Dolan. Agus score inspiráideach an son an captéan. An bhí sé sin a testáil.
Bhí sé sin a testáil mar nuair éach an túr an scór deaglaí sé agus an dá hábháil únt chun sin ó caithil túthaí déach an rud an scéala bheith níos measa de muinte na Gaillimh ag an trá seo.
Sain cíimiid an ahrú son Richard Doyle mithe. Sút an scéal nach fillean gortú carasta. Ríist mar a derim tosathe fortláirge mithe go mór I bhaim ar an gluthe sa. Scoir ní an túsúntacha bhí ag na Gaillimh go háirithe ag sin cúna ag ibre sé. Chó hinne le siad fear na déise ha go mór chun cín. Chéadúir dún Vincent Doyle eiscin san immert. Agus dianta go maithaige. Séir san a bhhain feall an son ó Colm Roach. Agus tóca go bra tapga cúni ach na ríist chomí hlachfar ag amanta ó hacathe na Gaillimh. Son an a bhlacáil ar fadán ó Dara Dolan ar Gleeson agus ar deire lads na Gaillimh tachtamach Vincent Doyle hamáint na stacha com risse sé well brise sé dro Brian Malloy Tigig lads fortláigur gádó bheith siúd a stoppa O'Mara Dara iirecht an Dara score de O'Mara agus han Barnes an leidethe ríist.
Han Barnes an leidethe ríist scór maith an sin ó run O'Mara féchan sús agus búil ar an taobh na láda clé agus ar an trasnánach. No, Neil Fack after score one, so you know, cool three Coolin after. No, Caig na Galíomh, muintir les na Galíomh níos crín leis na pochanna.
Shane Cooney inis a bhuachan son sa hamáin trasna. Gleeson fé sin agus Dolan fé sin ach Gleeson an náda leis. Mar a derim fear mór sé trí ó Mount Sion. Club Ken a Gurvas, Ken McGrath. Sin tumáisteach rís de dro a Mara Gimmert ó scór Kevin Daly an long Hooley agus sin trí faoint inis de ó Mara.
Sin trí faoint ach a rís leis na Galíomh pass an na crín fadisteach de ó Mara agus ó Mara stigan sin a lár bhuiile na éar agus caiise agus na níos níach péra atra.
Agus cluthe bra oscailte taobh na páirce agus inis seochuin Stephen Bennett agus scór eile bra.
Nach úntaach an scóir é sin fad. Rinne sé an rud go léir, thóg sé an dí ród go deas an éir agus chas sé agus chuir sé an dí ród just mar dhéanamh John Finton na blianta hin just Harran spotta in sin i lár buid.
Dara pointe mar se do Bennett agus cíimiid Chúla Yancey an son Rúil mana an Irish Kidney Association agus go dain an chorta a churchan cína chu siúd agus iad a dírig or da Harach Jonú Orgán agus anna achta sé sin agus das an ruda sinna eiscint na gansa an sohanneomh an slittar son a hamáint isteach ach a réist déanta go das a stigan son ag Darrow Donahue an long Chúlaí. Cian Leamy foul siúd.
Ní léon dó gur fála bhí an sin sé sean sa rís de fortláir gan dí ród. Chuir isteach go tappaigh agus sinna dhéanann sé.
Go dain Dew a thar an versa din mamach ach ní annan sé nachar agus cathú an uair san beganín róláidir ó Aston Gleeson agus an cúigú iirecht ar fóréil. Beidir smuid a dreidim I dro le Hammond so John farspur de trí faointe ag Portlarga Calgagádas na Gaillimh déanamh.
Well, is fiú an farspáir sin atá cá mar stócha tríd is tríd tá sé níos fearr san sa céad le seach. Well, you know, níl na Gaillimh amachas, you know, trochan na méidir le dólach. You know, mar a dúirt me hen sin, mar chun dá haváilún sin ó caithil túhíh déach ar a leid cúla bháin be hán, so tá ní léon dóach ach tá Portlargan uachtar ach, you know, is trí cholíine I cléimeáíocht a ní faice.
Bob Tevlíne og Schlessa ó Mara agus seacan a broch sé sin amach de Dolan agus scór eile feite agus ag Dara Dolan agus tom go bheith sin inis an tríú pointe ó Dara Dolan.
Yeah, Dara Dolan agus Ron na Mara agus trí fointe an duinecha agus inis, you know, péir a cholín agus iad a dolisteach is tóchan seohan an nimar dernacht an céad le.
Ach a dro an Tevlíne bhrisise sí seo seachnasaí dinta go dasagéis sin a gháit is dinta níos fearige Hastings a chaimsú iirecht ó Hastings I Gara agus Gavin Power brea compórdach fé sin Sitar san isciúra ó Éana Burke agus cáráis sí seo well brise sí Michael Keneally stig sa chuine agus é I gobar go tréan go cruig caiilteige agus beidir deis an sohanis do DJ4 bhí sé sin úntach ar fad Ilan Feargéir ó DJ4 nach beaga difríoch.
Sin anscóir ó DJ4 an a lámh dhéisce gur citóga an taobh ach a rís an trí cholín a rís atra ach, you know, is ní mórán atra an néchar agus sean ag na Gaillimh ach Portlarga go mór nó.
some of the fine scores.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Colin Roach clearly was picked centre forward to do a job on Cooney. He tried to drag him away from the puck outs, and when it did come between him, he just put the hurl up and tried to stop him catching it. And then he chips in with 2 points.
I think we should see these 2 points here, Nicky.
He worked hard for that one as well.
Yeah, and you know, at the stage Waterford weren't really flowing at this stage. You see he's out 65 metres and he just opens his shoulders and has a real cut for it. And straight over the bar. Within 30 seconds the ball came to him again here, you see. Back out to him and straight over the bar off the left-hand side, and that really kick-started Waterford, and their bigger players then, Steve Bennett came into it, Curran was into it, DJ Foran even got a point finishing up, so you know at that stage they had much the better of it.
A 3-point lead, but it could have been more because they had their goal chances.
They did, and in fairness to Carl too, he pulled off 2 great saves. The first one down at his right-hand post was really good. It was a ground stroke, came at him very quick, but he was very, very agile with this and got down, just turned it outside the post. I mean, that's really good goalkeeping. You know, it had to be very, very quick for what he did, but a snapshot that came in, but they got the result in 65.
Matt agus fáilte roibh harnais go park go Crocaig a sé chóteann an sa han slúa treéis tachtaisteach anis an sa agus well trocha nómad fáca cé a bhuaigh an Irish Press Cup de 2013 Gaillimh Newport Large agus simúil róhin ha ahrú a bhain for na Gailí Eamon Brannigan ha sé siúd treéis tachtaisteach agus sé Sean Lennon ha mithe so de fecht an son na himmert agus Oxéir ó Shane Cooney tmainte ge siúd isteach sa chuine sé chuin seachtasí á maid son trasa sé sin dain séireach agus bhí Dara Dolan a tacht tríd fé Ard Lewis a chuir deire an ceann son mithir fóríl agus mu de fehanis cíimiid cáhfuil go chéine mithe Stoilm go bhfuil Brannigan mithe amach a dro láir a chuirt me sé siúd a marcáil Mark O'Brien O'Brien an son a chur an slitter siar I dro Shane Bennett an a bhacáil an son agus inis Brannigan na hánig isteach sa chluithe Derek Chomá I gcuine limnach is a 4 pointe agus há deis inis an sa Dumalói a chuéis an pass Derek begáinín scuilte agus seach go mbeadh lads na déis an ána sin a ghlana is táid Rock an Pordchan son a há Keneally agus Cara Háilte Dolan agus begáinín scuilte ag tús an dar lasa ní léine Shelf Glana Háilte agus Com Rishishi Showell Brishishi I drone captain Dara Dolan and pass Machadro Hastings ach near over sé sin amachta Shane Bennett fe Ard Lewis ha sé Gailú ó Hastings fós amach leis Bennett pass live Trasna ha sé fósacha ha sé de dunavisteach ar bhaide seachuin íireach agus sábháil eile ó Tui agus deire Puinton son a fire cé chohéascas a doscail sé a deire Michael Carney leis an buinte.
Well, sin anna fios éimeart ar fad agus anna hábháilerí seo caithil tú hiíach an cúlín ag an deire ag Michael Carney ach déad a cúla bheith an ríis sin 3 seans agus sin 3 hábháil míúltach ó caithil tú híon sin.
Sa ríist doscail an spás ar fad suas an uirúd do Stephen Bennett agus líonn sé I díal ar fad an son an íireachtuig éisceile reigla sin immert agus a ríis Keneally bra compórdach féin I líróidí son agus cúna bháilte go éana barc Conor Whelan a hamáin son isteach sa spás I dro ó mar a bhí cho feicálach ag deran chéad le son le 3 fointe á gháilteige DJ Foran inis fethe taobh líne a cabhar á gháilteige agus go dain aim sin sé tam de bhain a che cailte Dar O'Donoghue a hamáin son agus dinta go glóirteige ó mar inis ag tuairt fé scór a haáin ach sin lágíireacht heileann son it's really
sin líróid am cinnte ó na marin sin mar bhí sé a bhadráda macha chun bheith tógann seaad gur scór Shabanius fad on Leroy Kamadistig agus é húta benégan éilistig.
An seachtaíocht fóríl don chaileh sa chéad le ráchean inis fóríl sa dar le 9 fad. Agus má
An fios an Emerton sin ó Shane Binnis gáir an sin an rihaí an bhíh agus bhí sé annótála sa lecréibh freisin cé gur búr sé gá cárt a buíag an deire ach is sí mór maithe. Agus teannach ar mór géir an dtí seo.
Garth Gadas an son agus Shane Bennett. Agus tinta go híomhann ar fad ag Kern an son. Ní jó sé scór an sá. He sé sin glóite scór an lé agus béad ná feic mí scór níos fearr ná san chléis sínsir fiú.
Chunig mar cúpla scór an lé ó go dtí seo ach sin an scór ar fad ó iad an anigéir ó Patrick Kern agus an teannach ar fad Patrick Kern an tluthe go dtí seo agus tas núma ag leis na déis ar ríise dar le.
Agus sa ríist an bocamach son leabhlacáil an son ar iirecht seachnasaí. Agus gachrod a há tacht isteach I dro lína lán chúil Portláirgus sa dar lesa, haid a daileáil leis. Brannigan inis, a tháinig isteach mar onna daoig le hama, cúna bhá cháilte ó Morrissey. Táint isteach aige agus dinta go das aige agus níor a bhéon chá néachar leis an foul son ó Cian Leamy.
Ní raibh go cinnte, ní bhíon gá néachar leis ní a seirbh Leroide néachar ag Brian Malai ach is pop séri agus is tócha tugann sé seansta de leids na Galway an Forest bar a hógann síos rís go ceir cúdín.
Dar a pointe mar se inniuh do Brian Malloy agus an dar a ceann an pop séir.
Tá sé san bhfuil freisin Marcus go bhfuil cúig pocan na séire feite ag leids Portláirge agus ganach gá ceann ag leids na Galway go dtí seo.
Am cinnte chumá go dtuigeann siad bhfuil fearr do chumas Malloy gimmert dos na Gailí agus nach féidir le na deisna a thuirta. Éana barca hamáin son isteach I dro Whelan agus deis eile an sod do Malloy a haulófa agus go dainn tho sé tachtamach.
Cian Leamy oscailte go leor an sin agus is tócha ní raibh mór an gála sin ach an irid ná tá sin seansa an isce de Brian Malloy agus tugann sé seansa den Galway cholína leáil agus an sin líach tá mí reis mar bhí sé le hám agus trí cholí netra so a caiith sé chur Harris ribh sin.
An táile Johnny chuir sé an bhlacht ir ar sin dinta go críneige. Sa ríist gan atra inis trí bhainte céanna a bhí atra ag le hama anna daon son is do Portláirge Cormac Curran agus sé DJ Fornha gemacht. Is céimid an sanna is mar bhí agus an dara ashrú chuma Brian Burke na Gailí ibre ceardéag ar bhram siúd ha sé siúd treis meachtasteach agus is stoilm gur bheith Conor Whelan ha mithe. Whelan a fór puinte bháin sa chéad le sonna sa bhí feicáilach a bhóhin lu a bhóhin. Péidir bhí begáinning ciúin in íag son.
Well, anna chailún ar fad de leis na Galway Brian Burke a bheith gorta ach tá sé tachisteach is tócha fecinn Matty Murphy go bhfuil gá leis chuig bhfuil sé gortathe.
Sútan sé gribh má bhíon gá leis gan dat. Leis mar se a ché sin tomáinte ar chlééis ar fóríl ó Kern.
Sin tucht sé an dechar ar fad ó Patrick Kern ar an taobh lína beag nach agus ar an lína 65 so agus sin an céad ceannas tócha tá chuir a múlge ó fachan na séire so statistic an maithé sin.
Sé seo ceann eile an ríist be gáinín scuilte a lá a chuirtanis coppla cinenne le déanana bheith Cathal McAllister an réitóir le tamlína nuas agus pocan na sira ábhronna minic a róhin timp lá a chuirt.
Yeah, we should not skill to Gloro and Brannigan and Chin Reach is to a chance to Patrick Curran Reach and McCurry Clarn the score.
This is Yakari shot.
Well, Gwynnish and Rudkin as a kid, Lahon Tevela.
Russia Anon Makasaul a Yenov Neil. She cup of count in Isha Curher Stray Kernags Rish Ladna Oga Ernosia John.
Well, Shin and Rod, you know, the fick me Marianic the lad change again or Ella Neil Cheska.
Kintanine, Heather doing and son Brian Burke Yashkint. Session Brisha and Noik Hastings or Nasha Ni Yoig. To go home to her father and son Divine Eglana. It's calm Rishi Shaw. Well, Brishi draw Darrow Donahue. Lon Hooley in the Galway. Dear Elu Gweblin's son.
Yeah, shouldn't be a same at Maho Darrow O'Donoghue. Ach, near being Taki of the Neakrige.
Corrishta. Agustinta good deal Fad Ego Mara. Shane Cooney. Dusach Boire, Leshen Schlitter, Fada, Idro, Mara, Vuisha, Hena, Hokshe, score Hain.
Who's the mayor, Kashi, this Haran Tasman, so Togan and Gulliver Ash the Flahead. Nishni that Gawhulin after this. Dino made in Hesson Darla.
So Dine Nishin Kerrifuinta off fight, Ego Mara, and Yov. Shock to see a Nish. Agus Hain Conrograph, Shero, Vowel. Derek Halish, Dinter, and son.
Well, Tom Devine and Chin is talking with sort of unintercepting the against Aaron and Shen foul. There was another Ken Falber, Coach Markish, or Shakish and Goulden, or Stoker even on the road fight against Sarah Coach and Goulden. I've taken two chances. I reached the Brian Malinish and the Forest Bar Colleen Wall of the home. So, Kent to talk Oliver Ashton for her.
Malloy, Lesh, and Eiracht saw. Shin Fori. Fihinno with the Martian Fos focus on the Rafuinte Atara.
Well, the Spawn and Shanish Marcus and Brewitar and the lads at the puff in the Sarah, you know, Galway Curran, Patrick Hornagus, Agus Kopi King Curran, Brian Malloy fresh.
Gedine Brian Malloy, Natahi again, Trio Blian, Aaron Banel, Fos. And Anon and Tahi son are fad. Canish na hair now. Dash that shoot and Dara bound in the air in the Rockets. Tries to count the right to Gavilas and Hain Diag. Jack Hastings in ish. Some box into Gedasiga. Brian Malloy, I'm sure, Kite to get shoot. Eamon Brannigan in ish. Fahad Tevlina. Brew attack the shoot. Bennett. Hashe Fosama. Brannigan. A dear Garish Dach. Ni Faitlish Breher and Trio about that. Agus Hincha Gama. Foil Dreglish. Harish Tashe Shin is Skura and son O'Dolan. Agus Kahig lads na Galway. Evenis Shuralta. Agus Shelva Coirn Schlitter. Horace Limish their son. And Chiglinton and saw Laura Hurt. O'Mara Inish attack. Hunkun of a Hurt. Adam Farrell Inish. Homa Divine. Traston Hurtwig shoot. Stephen Bennett. A Gumiacht. Dera Irene Leshi Gold, Hashe Machlesh, Habert in the Hounta, Achnach Kuma Hashe Fosi Gail Lou, O'Doyle. Cooney, Yarrason, Amach, Cooney, Hamoint, Fahatevlina, Habert Offert Lorgown, Nilach Dinavine, Unhaliv, Bin Burke. I guess our Derek Halesh Reikshe shot. Dakar, Lev, Kreen of Ehaginagus, Gedine. Elaine Lev Cartig and Werach and Irid.
Yeah, piece of Mahim or to on as the Gulliver Shin Tashid, Kinta Tashid, Trisha Taft the Flahegus, Gaharn Makula, and each of it put Pocken a Sarah, Bogam or Vidras the kid that's a Brian Burke and the rolling shot.
Brian Burke, he dashed that shoe, their score. Agus Keemid and son, Tocht and Imror son. Imror Kilomer Dalig. He had pointed that shoot. No, Dynamista Road, they were Caherdeg or Ramach near Husnigshe. Inchach Stigla Tamalin. sin an hiún chunílach puinte atra inis. Portláirge an Unsee, Godain, Michael Carney an Unsee, agus Fragra ó Carney.
Anna scóirí agus antácha gur fad mar cinnte tá galibh tréis Greimáil an cléthe agus bhí an cúlín sin tastáil go géaró Portláirge.
Cíimiid an son bhfuil an go bheith Adam Farrell ha méhes bhfuil Conor Gleeson sé is taptaisteach. Is puck amach mór grí ar fad eile ó Cathal Tuí. Is cé bhuaigh seo. Nach leis an de bhíon an son na seachnasaí. Agus foul an son. Seachnasaí.
Dyr Moran an sin is tácha. Bhuaigh sé síos éasca go leor na thuaireamach. Tugann sé seans rís cé gur sé anna cosúla sin ceann eile bhí Patrick Curran an sin cúig nó méadú hin beag nach ar an 65 ar an taobh bliana, so feice míad chunas a bheith ag Brian Mullane seo.
Cúig neomad déag fáca. Cúig fuair na Gailí le canis na hhéir a 2011. Portláirge caiith siad mac siar. Well, go dtí 9 sa 8. Is mór an feitheamh é sin. Is íocht an sa ó Malloy a bhfuil sé táiste go críonaige tá.
From Brian Malloy, and despite the bit of gamesmanship, he's up to the task, and it's a 1-point game again. Well, for such a young man, that was a really good free. Now Waterford in trouble from their own puck out and our Galway level. Yes, they are. Brian Malloy is in a rich vein of form, having put over a free just about 20 seconds ago. He's got one from play, and Galway are back in business, and the sides are level with under 14 minutes of this All-Ireland minor final remaining. Shane Cooney across. Waterford's Conor Gleeson sending it back to Tom Devine. Devine did well to get the shot away. This to put them back in front, and he's done it. Really good score from Tom Devine. Their first point in 5 minutes, and they nudge back in front again. 16-15. Is it going to be Waterford's day? Cormac Curran of Waterford and Michael Carney. Is this insurance score territory for Michael Carney? Well, it's put them 4 clear. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Waterford 19, Galway 15. No signs that the history is weighing heavily on these young shoulders. And Darragh O'Donoghu's in trouble. Here's Patrick Curran looking for a goal to seal it. Curran's got it. Patrick Curran has surely sealed the first All-Ireland minor title since 1948 for Waterford. Darragh O'Donoghue blocked down by Patrick Curran. He made the chance for himself. Once he got here, he only had one thing on his mind, and he buried it. And Tuohy, after 3 really fine saves in this minor final, couldn't keep this out. Shane Bennett, full of running, full of confidence, ran into traffic, but had help and had an option from his brother Stephen, and the Bennetts combine. It's going to be a glorious day for Waterford. Stephen Bennett. They're on their way. These young men from Waterford just seconds away from making history. Brian Malloy dragged back and fell, but at this stage it's just consolation scores that Galway are thinking about. Having a chat with Brian Burke, and Burke, I think, will have a go at this stage of the match. With the 2 minutes they've been and gone, there's nothing to lose, and Burke has given that absolutely everything, and plenty of Waterford men around that it's all over. And Waterford have won their first All-Ireland minor title since 1948. 65 long years. They've won it on a full-time score of Waterford 121, Galway 16 points.
We were chasing shadows for a good bit of the game, and we tried manfully to get back into the game, and you know, every trick in the book we tried, and it just wasn't good enough. But that's the way it is. You come to Croke Park, and only the best will get through, and we were second best today.
It's a long time coming. It's 50 odd years since we won a All-Ireland title, 60 odd years since we won a minor title. There's been, like I said before, there's been some good minor teams and there's been good minor coaches gone before me, and we're just delighted to go and be victorious against a very good Galway team, and commiserations to them. I mean, we were on the wrong side of the game in the Munster final, and we know what it's like to lose one, and it's just brilliant. We're delighted.
Well, there's different fellas stand up on different days, and that's what we're about, and that's why we're hard to beat, and we're delighted with the win. They don't come too often in Waterford, and that's something you dream of there, playing in front of 80,000, 82,000. Unbelievable stuff there. Can't believe it.
Well, it is fantastic, and I know there's a huge Waterford crowd at their banquet out in the Louis Fitzgerald Hotel, and 65 years, so someone born that year is a retired man at 65. Yeah, it's incredible, don't know, isn't it?
It's incredible days, and especially for, you know, Waterford is a hurling county, and it's great to see them winning a minor All-Ireland. When you look at the age profile of the way senior teams are nowadays, you know, this is a team that Waterford can look at building upon.
Ollie, you had spoken to me about them during the year. I mean, you saw them against Limerick in that thrilling saga.
Yeah, and to be fair, Sean Power made reference to it there. You know, they should have won the Munster final. I think most Limerick people would agree with that. Second day against Limerick just didn't show up, but I think they learned their lessons critically from the Kilkenny game. Really pushed on. You know, we made reference to last ditch, the fact that they're a big unit. You know, moved the ball very well, very intelligent with the ball. And you know, you cast your mind back to 1992. I suppose was the genesis of the last real great. You know, Waterford Underage beaten in the minor final, and that was their springboard. But what you've got to remember as well, they've been doing massive work at colleges level too. You know, have been very successful at Harty Cup and All-Ireland colleges, and you know, these guys, you're going to see these guys sooner rather than later.
Well, Jerry, you still have loads of friends in Waterford, haven't you, after 97? And
yes, indeed, especially after 98. With loads of friends in Waterford. What impresses me about this Waterford team, as you said there, is their physical power. They're big, strong men, and they have players who you would see as huge prospects for senior. You know, Austin Gleeson is centre-back, a real commanding figure. You know, they're going to need a replacement there eventually for Brick Welch as centre-back. So, you know, with a lot of work, he could become a good player. But what I like most about him is, and what Waterford need most, are quality forwards. Now, you know, Patrick Curran there today, brilliant in freeze the last day, but today was very, very good from play. Got the goal there at the end that was decisive. Stephen Bennett, of course, he's his third year playing minor. You know, he's a terrific player altogether. But DJ Foran had a great game today, but he is a very good player, actually, very good to get possession in the air. So they struck me as a team that with very good coaching, which they will have next year with Donald here next year, when he's there next year, with very good coaching. And if those senior players, you know, start supporting them instead of having strikes on the day they're playing semi-finals, if they all come together, and who better to bring them together than Donald here, if they all come together, then Waterford have a real future. They're one of the real up-and-coming teams, and they'll be there with the Clares and the Corks in the next few years.
So you encouraged by what you saw, Donald.
There's plenty of Waterford men well capable of looking after their own.
And Sean Power and his team have done a great job.
Congratulations to Sean Power and a team. John mentioned, I think, Austin Gleeson. It was great to watch today, the battle between himself and the Galway captain, Dara Dolan. We were looking at it closely ourselves. You know, Gleeson was really good at centre-back, strong, traditional, good type of centre-back. Then Dolan, in the way he played in midfield, took him for 3 points in the first half and, you know, a fourth in the second half. But eventually he came out on top. And just one special mention for Cathal Toohey in goals for Galway. Galway could do a lot worse than looking at this guy and trying to develop him. He was really good today, and Dara O'Donoghue was very good outside him. One mistake, message to him. Forget about it, Dara. You were really good today, and keep driving on.
Yeah, it was tough on Galway, obviously, but it's hard for the neutrals, obviously, all are glad for Waterford after.
Absolutely. You know, another man for Galway was very good today was Ronan O'Mara from Portumna. You know, very good. Scored 4 points within. He was like a one-man band up in the forwards for them today. But listen, you just can't take away from Waterford there today. What a breakthrough for them. And you know, Jim Green, Mossy Welsh, and John Galvin, all the fellas played.
John Milan was going mad last night here. He was wound up today.
Absolutely thrilled to see Waterford winning, because you know they have such a bad history in Croke Park, especially in finals. You know, whenever they get there, that it was brilliant to see them winning again. So maybe the start of a new era in the next year or two, a new era for Waterford.
And you'll all be regretting it down in Munster. All right. Well, next, let's go back to yesterday's All-Ireland